All right, in this video, we're just going to quickly run through what an OP offensive player is in the game of fast pitch softball. If you want to get into the nitty gritty of why you'd want to do this and the strategy and all that behind it, I have some other videos on here, so I'll go ahead and link those in the description. But for now, this video is just going to be a quick show you what an OP is. It's vastly different than the DP. They're two totally different things, and you have to have a DP in your lineup to have an OP. So it's a much easier to visualize than explain. So we're going to use this softball DP Flex simulator. You can find it on the App Store if you just search softball DP, for example. I'll also put the link to this in the description. But it's a nice simulator to either create your own lineup and make sure that you're doing things correctly when it comes to the DP and the flex rule or other substitutions. Or in this example, we're just going to use a mock lineup, just use fake names here to show you, again, what an OP is. So to have an OP, you need to start the game with a DP and a flex. So if you start the game with one DP or a flex, you have to start the game with the other. That's the rule. Your flex is fielding only to start the game. So currently we have our flex in the pitcher spot, but it doesn't have to be. It could be anybody. And our DP starts the game batting only. So we're going to go ahead and submit this to the umpires. Before we click submit, though, we could make any other changes we want. And those changes don't need to follow the rule book, of course, because this is just when we're putting our lineup together. This can also be at the home plate meeting with the umpire, where maybe you meant to put somebody else in a different spot. You can still move things around. You can change who your DP is, all that. But once the umpire says, okay, coaches, all lineups are official, then that's like when we go here, we're going to click proceed. That's when the umpire tells us that. And now, if we wanted, we could make this change right away to create an OP right then and there at the home plate meeting once the umpire tells us our lineup is official. In fact, that's kind of a common thing for people to do. Again, if you're curious why an OP, the strategy behind it, check out some other videos. But this is how you do it. So it's very simple, actually. All it is you are going to enter your DP into a fielding position. Yes, your DP can play in the field. They have to stay labeled as your DP, but they can go into the field. So in this example, we're going to put our DP Weiss into right field for Borrow. So what that's going to do, what happens to Borrow? She becomes our OP. So she's going to be hitting only, and Weiss is going to be playing right field, still labeled as our DP. So we're going to go up to the substitution bar at the top, and we're going to go to position changes. And in the game, it would be simply telling the umpire, hey, I want my DP to take the field. I want Weiss going in for Borrow. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to click. So DP takes the field. It's automatically chose Weiss, our DP. We're going to click Borrow here, right field. And now Borrow becomes our OP offensive player, whereas Weiss is now still our DP, but playing right field. So Borrow is hitting only. Weiss is playing right field. And if Cameron Carver, my flex, goes into bat or goes in offensively to run or bat, it has to be for the DP spot still. So that's why we can't just change who our DP is, but we can change who our OP is. So if I want Russell to be my new OP and Borrow to play shortstop, I can certainly do that. So we'll go up to the substitution bar again. This would just be telling the umpire, hey, time, I want to change positions. I want my OP Borrow playing short, and I want Russell as my new OP. So we can just switch those two. And now that's where we're at here. So Russell OP, Borrow at shortstop, Weiss still in right field and DP. And if I want to go back to just having my DP hit only and not play the field, all I have to do is simply change Russell, who's my OP, into right field. And so now Russell will be right field. Weiss will be back to DP only. And again, that could be as simple as just telling the umpire, hey, I'm not going to have an OP anymore. Russell's going to go to right. Weiss is just going to be DP only, batting only. So we're going to go to change position. We're going to click OP Russell change, and then that's going to be with Weiss, our DP, in right field. So now Weiss is back to DP only, not in the field anymore. Russell's playing right. Barrow is at short. So that is how an OP is created. If you want to see some of the reasoning behind this, check out some of the other videos here. I will link those in the description.